Falling in love isn't always easy, but it can be. Welcome back, my fellow gamers. This is Top 10 Gaming and I'm your host, Amanda McKnight. Join me today as we count down the top 10 best dating simulators that will ruin your love life. Number 10. Sakura Wars. Some of my favorite RPGs also have romance elements to them, like the Dragon Age series, and this is also what you get with the 2019 Sakura Wars, which is half open world RPG, complete with combat, and half dating sim, blending both wonderful worlds of gaming together. In this game you play as Seijiro Kamiyama, a soldier who faces off against demons, and throughout your adventures there are also plenty of ladies for you to romance along the way. One of my favorite pastimes obviously is kicking butt and romancing pretty ladies, so for me this is a win-win. It also means you won't have to go out into the world to find a date, which I think is a major plus, especially since kicking demon butt in the real world is not really a thing you can do, so that part of the game, we can't really live that fantasy. I mean, kicking butt, sure, but kicking demon butt? Not really a thing. Number 9. HuniePop. Racy and yet nuanced, HuniePop is a dating sim that also mixes in Bejeweled style gameplay, where you must match 4 symbols in order to interact with the characters. So for those of you that are like me and love dating sims and love matching games, which I do, this is a great one. The only downside to this and some other games in terms of the dating simulator world is it's not a super diverse cast. I mean, it's only really ladies, as rad as they are, and that's kind of the options that you have when it comes to who you can date. I like things that are a little bit more like you can date this lady, this guy, this thing, this gelatinous cube. I mean, whatever options I can get, I will take. However, something that I find really cool about HuniePop is that it is a game where paying attention is really rewarded and where the conversations feel more meaningful in regards to you using the information that you've learned about your potential dates to your advantage. And friends, before we move on to this next spot, if you are loving this list and you want more lists about dating sims from us, please be sure to let us know in the comments below. And click that like button while you're on your way down there. Number 8. Kiss You. Kiss You isn't technically out yet, but I just know it's going to be a great game because of the folks who are working on it. So it's definitely one you'll want to watch out for, which is why I included it here. Kiss You does also have a playable demo available now, so if you're itching to see what this game will be like, that is something you can definitely check out. Kiss You is described as a spicy high fantasy dating sim slash arcade puzzler for adults from Babs Tarr and Sam Thurman. In this game you attend Kiss University as a student where you must balance classwork, your social life, and of course your fiery romances. As this is set in a fantasy world, there are all sorts of characters for you to date as well, which I love. The game was successfully funded on Kickstarter and features art from Babs and writing from Critical Role artist and comics author Kendra Wells. Number 7. I Love You Colonel Sanders. I Love You Colonel Sanders is an off-the-rail dating sim that takes you to all sorts of wild places. And best thing is, it is completely free to play, as it basically also serves as a playable video game version of a KFC ad. In this game you are romancing none other than the Colonel himself, or is he romancing you? You are attending a prestigious cooking school, which is where you both meet, and throughout the course of the game you will get to compete in cooking competitions while also trying to win the heart of the handsome Sanders, and maybe even try to become his business partner as well. Some people think this game is too ridiculous to play, and I mean, they're kinda right. It definitely is ridiculous, but you should also definitely play it in my humble opinion, because it's ridiculous, but I don't think it's too ridiculous. It's just the right amount for me. Number 6. Senren Banka. Senren Banka is a visual novel that was made in honor of Yuzusoft's 10th anniversary, and it definitely is not the only dating sim that they have in their catalog. It is one of the best rated dating sims on Steam currently, and is more your traditional dating sim, focusing on the narrative and characters, and like I said, being a visual novel. In fact, this is a dating sim that I'd highly recommend just for the fact that it has won so many awards, nominated for awards for best art, music, and characters, and winning many of the ones it happened to be nominated for. Senren Banka was released in 2020, and it also features great voice acting as well, which I love a dating sim that actually has voice acting because there's so many that don't. They maybe give you like an aha when someone speaks or something, but not like actual someone saying words. Number 5. Doki Doki Literature Club. Have you ever thought to yourself, this dating sim is great, but it could be better if there were more psychological horror elements in there? No? Well then, you might not be ready for the wonder that is Doki Doki Literature Club. Doki Doki Literature Club is really a horror game disguised as a dating sim, but it also scratches a lot of that itch as well, especially in the first half of this game, which is more blatant dating sim until the horror starts to creep in and completely shock you during the second half, which might be a big reason why this one is included on the list. You'll love it, but it may also kinda ruin you. I also love how the trailer for Literature Club makes it seem completely innocent, like there's no signs of what is to come. Number 4. Purrfect Date. Do you like cats? How do you feel about unique and quirky cats that you can date? In Purrfect Date, you are a researcher on Cat Island who mysteriously finds himself slowly transforming into a small feline yourself. In order to learn more about the mystery of your transformation, the island, and the cats, you must date the other cats on the island, which are praised among dating sim circles for their unconventional and unusually hilarious personas. Purrfect Date might seem like an odd one to include because, I think dating cats is definitely something that people are going to judge you for, but it's also something that within the context of this game is really entertaining and funny. Note, you probably should not date cats unless, like in this game, you're transforming into a literal cat. Just so you know, I don't condone the dating of cats otherwise, but I think in a game where you're a cat, then it's okay. Number 3. Dream Daddy. Not just an amazingly successful dating sim, but also now a comic as well. Dream Daddy was dreamed up by Game Grumps, famous for their YouTube videos and gameplays, with writing done by Leighton Gray and Vernon Shaw. In Dream Daddy, you take on the role of a single dad who has just moved to a new town with his daughter. And good news, there are tons of other single dads there for you to meet and possibly romance. Not only is this game hilarious and well written, but it also has a lot of heart as your daughter, Amanda, her name is also Amanda, helps to coax you out of your shell and supports you on your dating journey. Super cute. I'm not exactly sure how Dream Daddy could ruin your love life because it is just like really fun, unless I guess you fell more in love with the dads in this game than you did your own partner, which could happen. The dads in this game are pretty great. Number 2. Speed Dating for Ghosts. This is one of my all-time favorite dating sims. Speed dating for ghosts will not just ruin your love life, but also might make you reflect on the afterlife and its inhabitants and ruin your thoughts of the afterlife and what it might be like. Or maybe make them better, not sure. In this game, you are a ghost looking for a soul mate, get it? To keep you company either for all of eternity or, maybe just for now. We'll see where it goes. As much as this is a dating sim, it's also a game where you get to attempt to pull off bank heists, solve mysteries, and make not just romantic connections, but also platonic connections as well. Oh yeah, and did I mention that you also get to go to hell for even more dating fun at the end of the game? It's pretty awesome. It's a party and a half. The game is short, but it's also adorable, and there have been many nights I've stayed up late just to enjoy some ghostly speed dates. It's one of those games that's hard for me to put it down once I start it. Number 1. Monster Prom. Probably one of my favorite dating sims around, but also one that will leave you feeling completely frustrated, is Monster Prom. Monster Prom is kind of a puzzle of a dating simulator with so many choices and options available to you. You will certainly feel somewhat overwhelmed on your first playthrough here. This is a dating sim where you are a monster at Spooky High. With only 3 weeks left till the Monster Prom, you must search to find a date. Although one of my favorite elements of this game is that actually in the end, you still always have the option to fly solo at the prom and kind of go it alone if you'd rather. I didn't have a date for my prom in real life when it happened, and I still had a blast, so I really like that. I like that even in a dating sim, there is an acknowledgement that you don't actually have to be coupled to have a good time at prom. Or anywhere really. What are your favorite dating simulators? What games and universes would you like to see inspire their very own dating sim? Do you enjoy simulator games of the dating variety or other ones? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. I do like a good farm sim myself. This is Top 10 Gaming and I'm your host Amanda McKnight. I will see you again soon, but until then, remember to keep on gaming on. Pew pew!